This one was to Lucky.
After Adams almost gets tackled by his own guy. Beautiful throw against his body.
Yeah. So we've got another angle here.
Rolling left, throwing right. That is hard. Oh, tight spiral too. Look at that. That would be wide open.
Yeah. So that's beautiful.
Oh,
So
we have a VA fan among us. They're great.
I'm just saying, mechanics-wise, it is hard to roll left as a right-handed quarterback and put that kind of zip on the ball. Mechanics-wise, he got his hips around before the body, and I mean that was like a catapult. That was well done mechanically.
Yeah.
And like I said, I've as a leader, I am fully in the Vernon Adams camp now.
Awesome.
Okay. Wonderful.
As the moniker Big Play VA, no, you're never gonna sell me on that. No.
He's actually taking that away. He's just Vernon Adams.
Win the day VA, I will stay with that.
But a few big plays this game, right?
A few big plays.
A few big
Well,
plays.
he's not forcing anything, and he's being smart.
Yeah. So this one was 25 yards. This is Whitehead's first touchdown of the year. So you guys were saying, he is being targeted, but the types of passes that he's been getting, are shorter passes, right?
At first, I thought they were guarding against his hamstring, like just trying to protect that hamstring. Don't try to make him stretch the field and blow that hamstring again.
Yeah.
But has he been stuck in that rut because of the emergence of Hollins? Because I did see that, a Lions interview with Lucky, who's the next fastest guy to you? And he says Hollins is sneaky fast.
Yeah.
But could you switch their spots once in a while? Like put Lucky out there and target? I mean, Hollins has to be, 2-3 to 1 targets to Lucky? I don't know. Is there a stat line on that?
On this game?
No, just overall.
I don't know overall.
Because, we know Hollins stepped in last year and he filled in beyond admirably for Lucky. I mean, especially in those playoff games. I mean, without Hollins, do we win that Western semi? Who knows, right?
Yeah.
But now you've got all these great receivers. I mean, does Adams need to spread the ball around more? Is it the play calling? Is Adams, is he Hatcher Rhymes heavy? Hatcher Hollins Rhymes heavy? I don't know. But I am of the camp that Lucky is now becoming the Javon Couture of last year. Or has become, due to that injury, due to the nagging hamstring. Is this a long con that they're going to unleash Lucky come the stretch drive, the playoffs? What do you think, Arthur?
Well, he was targeted 6 times in the last game. Hollins had 8 targets. Keon had 10 targets.
Yeah. So
Couture had 3, McInnes 2, Smoke 3, Mackey 1. So he got targeted 6 times.
Yeah.
Maybe it looks to me, seems like he's kind of like a decoy receiver. They're going to throw short, throw short, and then sometimes they're going to he's going to do a double move and go deep.
Sometimes.
Well, again, there's the play could have been he's going deep, but then the protection breaks down. So we just don't know, right?
Yeah.
We unless we know, if we knew what the play was and how it's executed, then I think we can have a better grasp on if he's being left out, right? So because we don't have that, it's really hard to say.
Yeah.
Now, what I will say, if I'm a quarterback and I have a chance to throw it downfield, I'm throwing to Ryan, and everyone's healthy, because this is your question, right? I'm throwing to Rhymes first, because he's a tall guy and makes big catches. Second, I'm throwing to Keon. He makes tough catches inside. And these 2 guys, when they're healthy, they're your slot backs. So it's a lot easier throwing to your slot back than your wide out, right?
The Canadian game is a slot back game.
Exactly.
We know, back in the Flutie days in Calgary, it was Dave Sapunjas and Alan Pitts.
Right. So
right here in BC, it was Don Blair made a living as a slot back, and other than Merv, Merv was a wideout. Swerve and Merv, that was rare case. But yeah, the CFL game, I think, with the way offenses have evolved, it is a slot back game.
Yeah. Well,
they're lining up Lucky on the outside, and it's him and Hollins on both outsides, right? So
Lucky's here on this play.
Yeah, I mean, they'll move him around.
Yeah.
All right. So you're a defensive coordinator, Greg. You see what's happening to this game. Which receivers are you taking away? As a defensive coordinator.
This particular game, I'm taking away Hatcher, and I'm taking away, there's no Rhymes, so I'm taking away who's Rhymes' this guy here? McInnes or Hollins?
So, okay, I'll give you, you have a choice to, okay, you're on Hatcher. Who are you, are you keying more on Hollins or are you keying more on Whitehead?
I'm going to key more on Hollins. The way this game was going, I'm going to key more on Hollins. That was your question.
So that's so I just don't know what Calgary was doing in this game. Maybe Lucky was closely marked. So we just don't know, right? I mean, I'd have to see all the plays and get the end zone play, right? So I'm looking at right now, if I see where Lucky is, he's running into...
He makes a good move here, right? He does a stutter step, freezes this guy.
And then he takes off,
And then he
right?
takes off, and that's why he's wide open.
Well, see that he does those small short patterns, and then he does a double move, and that's why he's wide open.
Yeah, but he's the deepest guy here, right? Or are there any more receivers deeper than him?
Maybe there's a Calgary.
Now here's the other question: has he lost a step with that injury?
It's hard to say.
Hard to say.
Because
Because I know when I don't know if you guys know this, but when he first came back and kind of slowly back into the lineup, they were having to tell him where to go. Like, over here. Like, I don't know if he was right with the playbook or not. I don't know. Like you said, unless we're on the sidelines, we're in that locker room, we're in the receiver room, the offensive meetings, we don't know. But, I mean, we're left to the subjective guessing and the, like the TSN guy said, his body language on the sideline after, I think he was a cover zero receiver and he wasn't looking because he's probably in his head, maybe thinking, I'm not getting the ball. It's not going to me anyway, when it should have been going to him, when it was coming to him. He had to have a chat on the sidelines. I think they said, again, I wasn't watching the game. I was on the road, but I think they said D. Rhymes came over and had a chat with him and kind of snapped him back into it. Then this touchdown, I think, took a lot of the weight off that Lucky's been feeling. Maybe Lucky's not only is he feeling underutilized, maybe he's feeling like I'm not contributing. I don't know, but I mean, luck too fast has got to be got to have an increased role as far as I'm concerned.
Oh yeah, 100% agree. But again, if he is a luxury right now, right? If he is quote unquote your number 4 receiver in this receiving core, that he, if healthy, can give you a lot more than that. So, when the games count against top quality competition, like namely Toronto and Winnipeg, then you're hoping that Lucky can get open, because they're going to take away. They're going to take away Rhymes and Hatcher, 100%.
Well, I'm going on record, and Lucky, if you hear this, if you see us on any of our social media feeds, I guarantee you Lucky can get open. And I'm going out on a limb that, in those games that are going to matter down the home stretch, they better use him because he'll get open. But in the meantime, you got to keep him interested. Do you not? You got to keep him, quote, happy.
You definitely have to keep him happy. You got to keep him involved. And,
See, that beautiful misdirection concerto that Roman loves so much. Lucky was one of the options. Why couldn't you line up Lucky where Hollins was and do that same pass to Lucky? I mean, Lucky was instrumental in that comeback victory in Calgary with Nate. Was it not? Lucky, that passing, that third down gamble, and then of course Burnham. But Lucky was an integral part of that offense.
Yeah, we just don't know his injury status. Maybe they need to nurse him and not push it.
Yeah.
And if he, maybe he's playing a little possum, like, oh, maybe I don't have that step, and then, hey, when the games count, I think he's gonna be there, and he when you need a big play and you throw it his way, I think he'll make the play.
No doubt.
Yeah. So
Luck too fast is going to be there.
Yeah. So I think that's just what you got to do. In the meantime, yeah, I think you got to like feature him a little bit more, and maybe it's just a combination of maybe there are a handful of plays, but then the protection broke down, and they had to they had to check it down.
Yeah.
Right. So we just don't know, but yeah, I think the line. I mean, good, and again, this is a nice problem to have. The Lions have an embarrassment of riches at receivers, so you just have to bide your time, and we hope that if number one, we just hope for full health for Lucky when the games really matter.
Yeah.
Well, you've heard me say, and no slighting to Mr. Terry Williams, but you know what? If Lucky's hammy is where it needs to be, put him back on kicks. He was electrifying as a kick returner in Winnipeg. He was electrifying when he got here. I don't see why we don't put him back there and sit Williams for a little bit, because I'm sorry, Mr. Williams has yet to wow me. Yeah, he had broke off that big one in Winnipeg when the game was anything but in doubt. But I don't know. Lucky's like a racehorse. He's got to run, and if the hamstring is healthy, And then again, yeah, you've got Smoke. Yes, you've got Shivers. Yes, you've got the running backs. But those pitches to Hollins, Lucky, if healthy, is as fast, if not faster. You got to keep him interested, right? You got to keep him happy, and he's got some tenure, does he not?
I think he does. Yeah, definitely tenure, and he's got respect, right? Yeah. And he's a proven commodity. So,
sure. So I really think I'm calling you out, Jordan, Mr. OC, Mr. McSimic. We need to see more number 7.
Yeah.
7 equals 7s. There we go. Yeah. That's my cryptic
love it.
7s equal 7s. We need to see more of Luck too fast.
Okay.
Lucky, if you hear me, if you see me, if you read me, this is coming from Trivia King. You know who I am. So we're calling you out. We need more of you. We need to see more number 7.
Yes, you heard it.
Enough said.
Yeah, 7 equals 7. All right.